Why, hello everyone. Yes, due to my deep voice of me being sick, I'm not trying to be seductive here in any shapes or means or necessary ways possible because it is Valentine's Day tomorrow because we're here to make fun of it for a good chunk. But I do digress with this intro. Welcome to the Dive After Hours. Here join me is the romantic German Dave, which nothing is romantic about being German. It is all machines and boringness and Eagles winning Superbowls. And we've got the semi-romantic Canadian here, Canadian Dave. I don't understand what
Semi-romantic.
I'm gonna say. I don't know what's romantic about Canadians besides flannels.
You know, you get the
Yeah, that's not romantic.
fireplace. You get the fireplace roaring with some nice oak firewood as you sip on a nice glass of maple whiskey with the old lady watching the hockey games. Hockey night in Canada, on a nice cold Saturday
There-
night. That's what I call relaxing and romantic.
Oh boy, oh
There's
boy.
nothing
Yeah,
more
bet you there,
romantic.
bud. We got her there. She's getting some pucks in later after the night. Gonna do some good old forechecking from behind, and we're gonna get ourselves some goals here, bud.
Do you know what is crazy though about this Valentine's Day? Here in Berlin, it's actually like everything is completely snowed off. So for the helpless romantics out there, it will be the perfect day.
So, like, are Germans actually romantic? That's the question. I don't know. I can't answer
No,
that.
we're not a romantic culture as it is, but the weird teenagers that think they are romantic, but they are just cheesy and yeah.
When you were 16, were you not just doing whatever you could to get laid?
Yeah, but that was because of raging hormones, not because
yeah.
of anything else.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, I
not trying
mean,
to be romantic in that sense.
It's like you look
I
down for a
was I was
second.
trying to get laid at that age.
You
Jesus,
look
I mean,
it's
fuck,
like
let him go.
Yeah, but dude, did you invite the ladies to a candlelight dinner? Like, what is
Well, I mean,
what
when
does
you're living with your parents,
what
there's
does
only so much you
romantic
can do. But yeah,
like
you take him out to dinner, a nice dinner or something,
with
and then maybe
16?
like dry
You
hump in
take
the
it.
back of your car.
You
dry,
take
dry hump.
you,
What are
you,
you,
ta-
Mormon?
you you're taking
Well,
the lady out to dinner at 16?
Hey man, shit was cheaper back then.
I mean, yeah. And
You go to
listen,
Applebee's.
I was dating the Catholic girl. She was a bit of a tough nut to crack. All right,
Oh,
cut me some
and
slack.
you had to give it
Hey,
everything.
but when he did, it was. He's all
Is,
tuckered out.
is it over yet?
Oh man, whew. You know, funny thing. I can relate this to real life.
Diving right in there.
No, no. So I was writing the schedule for this week at the restaurant for the staff, and I looked at the 14th, and 3 people requested it off. All of them are bushy-eyed 18-year-olds. And you bet your ass I had a field day with it because I absolutely cooked all 3 of them for it,
Oh
and I
my
was
god, getting torched by the boss is never fun.
This is why he's a horrible boss.
I saw it, and I'm just like it was funny because all 3 of them were working together one day, and I just looked at all 3 of them, I'm like, "Really?" And they're like, "What? You guys requested Valentine's Day off?" "Well, I wanna go do something." I'm like, "You guys are so goddamn corny."
Do you even have hair on your balls yet?
I'm pretty sure the 3 of those 18-year-olds are getting more ass than you are, though. So really, who's
Oh,
laughing?
yeah,
Oh damn!
okay.
Dave with the
Wow.
comment.
Wow, zinger. Um, no, but it got corny because one of them was like, "You just don't know what true love is," and I'm like, "Yes, of course I don't. You
True
definitely do.
love.
My bad. My bad. I'm taking myself out here. I'm going home. I'm like,
Oh
sit here.
man.
Gosh, it was in Spider-Man, right? Where it's I forgot his name. I have a mental blank from this cold. But the guy that Peter takes pictures of Spider-Man and sells it to at the Daily Bugle.
Oh,
Peter
the
Parker.
redhead.
No, 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 no.
No,
The
the
guy.
lady friend.
No, 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 not
Yeah,
the lady
yeah,
friend. The guy
yeah.
that he sells pictures to. Peter sells pictures.
Oh,
Jason.
James Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
J
that where
Triple J.
like I sat there for a minute and I was just like like one of those moments where
Yeah,
I
his
just
his
laughed.
his evil laugh. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I laughed, and they're just kinda like and, and it's like, obviously,
Cool
I'm not
points.
being a dick about it, but I laughed because it was funny. Because 'cause I'm like, "I have staff that's married, and, like, all 3 of you have taken it, and they don't care." Because normally when it comes to, like, time off, I'll sit there and just be like, "Okay, who" like, I usually give it to seniority first, and then that's kinda how it operates, but, like, none of them were just like, "No, are you kidding me?" They're like, "I want the tip money, like, I wanna be here." Like, "Fuck yeah," and
Yeah.
then
Well,
did
yeah,
that.
that's the thing for that industry.
especially yeah, especially that day, people are willing to go out. I reckon the restaurant will be full. People will like tips will be
I
Oh, and
I'm
you gotta
having a
tip
field day.
well.
I am
Like, if
having
you're taking her out and you don't tip well,
exactly.
You're a dick.
man,
I
like,
that's why
that's
I've never tipped under 20%. I've never done it.
but
Just
you
because
you're in the
On
industry, you
Valentine's Day
understand as well, right?
specifically or
no, not on
overall,
Valentine's
my
Day
brother?
specifically. No, overall.
Okay. Us overall, okay.
Yeah, like, like, for me, when it comes to, like, gratuity, like, there's always, like, for example, if you go to a specific spot or if you go to, like, for example, your barber, right? You always tip your barber over 20%, in my opinion, because you're
I
consistently seeing that person.
I
Look,
think the person that you tip is the one that's doing, like, anything physical to your body.
Yeah,
Whether it's, like, your masseuse, I imagine I wouldn't know personally, but, like, your, tattoo artist.
Justin Tucker would. Allegedly.
and the shout-outs.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
No,
But I
but
mean go ahead.
for example, just because you mentioned tip culture, in Germany, I don't think that we have like a
No, you
specific
don't. Europe,
tip
No,
you
North
don't.
culture,
America is different than Europe. Europe is just
but
like it's weird. You don't
but
tip anybody, but you have to give a lady a couple of euros just to take a piss.
yeah,
Like you guys got it all fucked up.
yeah.
Like
No,
when I
but
gotta take a piss, I'm not looking for change. I was in Germany one time and I had to take a piss so fucking hard that like I was like, I'm just gonna ignore the lady at the door and just go straight in. Like I gotta go hard and maybe she'll just think that I'm a local and like I'm just fucking her off. Because
no, lots of people are doing that, running straight to the bathroom and putting the change down afterwards.
no, she still fucking stopped me and like I don't know German. I
Oh,
grabbed my
then
dick. I'm
okay,
like I
Whoa,
gotta
whoa,
fucking go. It's like
whoa.
okay.
and then
Hey,
she finally
then
was like okay, pay me after kind of thing.
I
But it's
then
like
then she was a harsh one. And in most instances, it's not even to pay them specifically, it's just because they're cleaning everything, so
and
it's a bit of
and you know what? I don't
tip
even care about
or
that.
change for them. Yeah.
I rather and this is what ends up happening because your beers are so goddamn big over there, so I have to piss like a racehorse
Oh, yeah.
every time I'm in Germany.
After
But
every single beer.
like you guys, either you have to pay for it or they just don't exist anywhere. If you're just walking down the streets of Europe, it's not like there's public bathrooms anywhere. So
Oh,
everything,
no.
every
No,
wall
we don't
gets
have that,
pissed
yeah.
on. I am
Yeah.
going to find
Yep.
a dark corner and piss on whoever's
Yeah.
wall that is. And
And
like
guess what?
that's why Europe smells like piss. Because
Yep.
you
And
gotta
guess
pay
what?
€2 to take one. So
Yep.
fuck you. I'd rather tip
Okay.
a waitress for my food than tip a lady just for me to take my dick out.
Okay. So that usually that doesn't happen to me because the locals where I go to, I can go as well to the bathroom. I'm not
Yes.
usually just taking a piss randomly. But no, because of the tip culture, like we don't have a specific tip culture in Germany. But what I'm doing, I'm rounding up. For example, my haircut at my barber costs only 18 euro. Some people are rounding it up to 20. I'm doing it 25. It doesn't hurt me, and usually like haircuts are more expensive, so I'm willing to put down like 7 euros more. Like I don't mind that. Or when I'm at the restaurant and let's say I paid the food was 43 euros. I'm rounding it up to 50 and not to 45. Like that's how I'm doing it. Like I'm not thinking like and percentages and stuff like that.
No, I got
Yeah,
I don't know
it is
how you
complete
guys
is
do it.
no, it's like it's all percentages and now like a lot of places, even places that don't even deserve to be tipped, they'll just automatically as you go to pay, a tip screen will come up. And oftentimes the lowest is 18%. And it's just like
That's crazy.
18% your low, like go fuck yourself. How about zero?
Yeah.
How about I give it to you if you deserved it? And chances are they didn't even deserve it. That's the problem these days, is that they just demand it. And it's like, where's the customer service? I know this is like the old man yelling at the cloud situation here, but back in the fucking day, people worked for it. These days, they're talking about fucking their Fortnite character as you're there trying to fucking buy a pair of shoes, looking for your fucking size, and they're fucking you off because they rather talk about what they fucking played on their goddamn video games last night.
And then they post a picture and try to troll you about, hey, this guy didn't tip me. What an asshole.
Yeah, they'll go on TikTok about like, oh, this guy's a fucking douchebag. How about you do your fucking job?
Let me ask you guys this then. So, carryouts. Well, more so Canadian.
I'll carry my own shit. I don't need no man or anybody carry my shit out. Just
Food,
fucking
carry
my
out
bags.
Jesus Christ, carry out food, Dave. Chill, relax.
Oh, takeout. We call that takeout. Okay.
Takeout.
Okay. Oh,
Damn.
oh,
Damn.
I was wondering what is carry
I'm like,
out?
wow.
A carry-out's
Totally...
when somebody carries your bag or whatever purchase you got. Like, it makes sense if you buy a washer and a dryer and you get somebody to help you. But like,
we call that delivery. We don't call that carry out here.
Delivery is when it happens to your house.
Yeah, but we don't have like a carry out service. That's
you can't go to Home Hardware and like pick up lumber and just like have it brought out to your truck.
That's not carry out.
Or do you guys just get the illegals to do that for you?
Maybe.
Sorry,
hide. No.
Hey, sorry, I'm again too German for this conversation. So
yeah, well, because like for example, you order takeout, right? And then someone, you take your food and then they pack it in a bag and stuff like that. Is that tippable or is that not tippable?
I tip them a little bit. Look, the one that would have deserved the tip is the cook that cooked the actual food, in my opinion.
I'm telling you, they don't.
And they don't get that exactly. So that's why I give the guy that is carrying the bag to my door. I tip him like a bit, maybe €2, so stuff like that. Or if it's something like really expensive, or multiple bags, max €5. But that's it.
What if they actually like gave you proper customer service on the phone?
That helps. That always helps.
I'm just asking because, like, for example, I'm biased. I'm in the industry, so I have my own.
Yeah, you want your money.
That's not my money. It's
everyone deserves you apparently at least 18%.
No, not me. Well, I mean, normally, ironically, when I serve tables, I don't get tip below 30.
Really?
I'm dead serious. I charm the shit out of those old ladies.
Oh, fuck, you turned the eyes on, eh?
Hey, charming guy, man. Try that tomorrow.
Ladies, man, going for the old ladies. See, dog.
Yeah. So I was gonna say back on Valentine's Day. We've gone full circle here. Let me ask you, gentlemen, this: overrated, underrated, or rated well enough?
Absolutely overrated. Like, not even care about it.
Yeah, like it's just two gifts.
It's a day. For me, it's just a day. That's it.
Here's my take on it. If you need some fucking stupid ass flying fat baby sort of shit coming at you, shooting its bow and arrow, all fucking romantic, like for you to show how much you appreciate your partner, like you fucking suck, essentially. Because if you're not doing that the other 364 days of the year, then you don't deserve her or him in the first goddamn place. Go fuck yourself. Jesus
Christ. No, chill. No, I think that's kind of ironic because like I thought I'd be the crankiest because I'm the single guy here, but no, I never liked it, to be honest with you. Like it was just super annoying. Like for me, Valentine's Day is like the only people that like it are the prepubescents, the early adults, like the 18 to 20-year-olds that just figured out what an actual relationship is. And then like the corny, like newly coupled people that have been together for less than a year and like, their time together falls around the Valentine's Day era. Cause like, that's what I look at it when I see like couples that are like actively celebrating it, that are like hardcore celebrating it. It's generally those.
Yeah, that's cringe. That's just cringe. How I am doing it with my lady, for example, now for like the first ones, I admitted I like
use the cornball.
No, we weren't even like, we never were big gifters or gift givers. Like we never had that, but we are always going out to eat on the like on that day specifically. Just why not just go fine dining for once, because we barely do that because we're cooking at home all the time, or ordering takeout, haha, and that's it. Like the only days we are going out to eat is birthdays or yeah, like Valentine's Day. But no gifts or stuff like that. It's just have a nice evening. Especially now with my work schedule. Tomorrow I'm getting home at 7 p.m. Most likely she will eat it at home already something, and we don't even see ourselves like for most of the day. So it will be just yeah. Let's when I head to home, let's do a or we do the restaurant reservation tomorrow. Yeah,
Here's
afternoon or
my thing.
something like that, and just go to eat.
Here's my thing with going to eat on the 14th, and maybe Dash, you can give the insight onto this.
Oh yes, I can. Yes, I can, buddy.
But not only is it a goddamn shit show and overcrowded, and you feel stuffed and you can't even
Nope,
enjoy yourself, but like the quality of the
Usually, yes.
food, because the staff, like you're at max capacity, the quality can't be top notch at that.
Oh fuck off.
Let
yes,
me
it
tell
is.
you, I have a Croatian restaurant right here close to me, just 2 streets away, and those guys know me. They always reserve me a table. I just have to go there, and food is always great. No matter how crowded it is and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess I spoiled it. We're eating Croatian tomorrow.
Well,
As long as
Croatian
he doesn't
isn't
watch-
exactly fine dining. It's just like
No,
good old
yes,
fashioned
yeah,
cooking.
yeah.
Like you can't fuck that up, you know.
No, with fine dining, I meant like going outside to an actual restaurant. It's not.
He said
Yeah,
touching
no,
grass. He's like,
sorry, it's
touching
not
grass.
luxurious. Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, it's not luxurious. It's just me
dude.
going
Hey,
outside.
but is there anything better than Mediterranean food to get full?
Oh,
Just
I
to
know,
get full and
absolutely.
oh my god.
You just
Yeah,
smell
well,
like garlic.
I
Go
would
make
say
out with that.
American. If you just want to get full, just eat American. You're not
Yeah,
gonna like
full.
yourself.
Yeah, no, full, but a bit of nutrition. Just
No,
a,
that's the thing.
a
That's the
It's
thing
big.
with American food, though, is that like it's so hollow in actual nutrients that in a couple hours you can do it all over again.
No, yeah, because you emptied
wrong.
everything within 2 hours after
Shat
eating.
it all out within 20 minutes.
Get some Taco Bell and couple hours.
Oh
You ready
my
for
god.
some KFC?
It's
Yeah.
the full course and then finish it off at McDonald's. We've done the full fast food cycle.
Then you got to go to Dairy Queen for a Blizzard for dessert.
And then you give her a blizzard.
Ooh, frosted.
Ooh, that's gross. Yeah. Strudel. But yeah, and the other thing too, I think it's just more so like the choking air of cheap perfuming cologne.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
that is just like and
That
then it's
is bad.
like I don't know, for me, and it's like I I've got people that I know and stuff like that. So like I'm not a gift giver. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I am, but I'm not. So like for example, if it's somebody that I've known for a very long time that I have a very good relationship with, I will like when it's their birthday
Like
or
your
something
father?
like that.
What do you give your
Fuck that
father a
guy.
gift?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's that guy. No, I'm just kidding. But like for example, like if it's a good friend of mine or something like that, I'm not trying to toot my horn here, but when it comes to gifts that troll very, very hard, your boy. But when it comes to like someone I'm dating, especially if I'm just dating them and there isn't like any like long-term relationships, like I don't like the whole roses thing. I don't like it just seems very, very tacky. Like the
No,
box of chocolates.
why spend the money on something that's not sure? Like if you're not already
'Cause
in the
I don't know.
long-term
Yeah.
relationship, like why go all out to impress her?
Yeah.
Well, here's
Because
the
it's
thing with cut flowers too, and this is kudos to my wife. She's the one that said no cut flowers, no roses, any of that shit. You're already giving them something that's dead. How is that? How is that love? How is that a show of affection? Here's these flowers that I paid $65 for that are gonna be dead in 2 days.
it's showing that your time is limited. It's symbolic. It's saying that.
By the way, it's also crazy how much overpriced roses and flowers overall are on
Oh, it's
Valentine's Day.
fucking
That is
ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah, and
Dude,
there's
but $65 is the cheap bouquet too. Probably
There's
paying
and
125.
Like for us, they charge double of what they charge usually for a bouquet of
Like,
flowers.
yeah, because supply and demand. Because F everybody. No, it's funny because like I had a girl once tell me this. She's like, "Why don't you ever like buy a girl a gift or anything like that you're dating?" And I'm like, why would I get something it's not gonna last, or know that's gonna last? It'd be stupid. Just be super
It's
tacky
how
and
you
corny.
get it to last. You gotta tease them with gifts.
Yeah, apparently. I didn't get that memo. My bad. But yeah, it was
Yeah,
just like
that's how that works.
well, for me, it was always like if a girl always asks for a gift or stipulates that she wants a gift and she's not your girlfriend, red flag.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
yeah, no,
know,
that's fucked.
if she asks for it specifically, oh, she gone. She
she
gone.
gone.
Goodbye.
She
Here's
gone
the
like a
thing.
bouquet of roses in a week.
Here's
She
the
gone.
thing, Dash. Like, you don't have to actually spend money. You can just be creative, and I know that's a real hang up for you. But if you figure something out, like make a bridge out of popsicle sticks or something.
Yeah, let me do it out of elbow macaroni. Panty dropper instantly.
Hey, I once did, like in the early stages when I was trying to impress with not having a lot of money yet. I did, for example, chocolate covered fruits and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
put it in a nice
Yeah,
box.
you
and
can
that's
cook.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
hey,
you just
Dash,
get some
you be
passion
creative,
fruit.
man.
You guys wingman for me or something?
I'm just I'm trying to
Hey,
hook you up. Like, just
hey,
improve your game, man.
we're here for you, man.
Make it sound like I'm so depressed. Like, oh gosh, I don't know what to do.
No, you're not
It's so hard.
depressed. You just suck at this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be like a full blown web doc series. What
This
is it
is
called?
like
What your
you
boyfriend maxing?
you talking about girls is like listening to Kendrick Lamar's halftime show.
A masterclass?
Quite the opposite.
Oh my goodness, but yeah, I mean, it's just I think it's overall, right? It's just you can easily tell like the veteran couples versus the newbie couples because like the newbie couples are like the super tacky ones during Valentine's Day. It's like I walk into the restaurant and I just look at them just like, ooh. And to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like super into people watching. So like I'll just sit there and like sometimes guys will be struggling and I'll go over to their table and just kind of like, hey, what's going
Also,
on?
so you're the wingman.
Trying to wingman
tried
for
to.
him. That's because he's working for the tips.
I'm not serving their table though. Just being
You know,
a
sometimes
genuine
those couples
being a
sometimes
kind man, a kind man.
no,
Not a nice man.
what you need to do is find out the couples that want a couple tips. I heard it's like something with pineapples. Like if they display pineapples openly, they might be looking for a second tip.
Oh yeah. Apparently,
So
drink your pineapple juice, folks.
So if somebody got the pineapple pizza, man, there's your in right there.
No, but it's interesting because like there'll be times where like I'll kind of walk by, I'll do like a pass by or something like that, and I'll hear like him struggling with the conversation or something like that. Then if they have like menus out, I'll kind of like interject myself and be like, "Hey, you guys having some issues deciding?" And then like I'll kind of like do the old like instead of asking questions but make like assumptions in a sense. So I just be like, looks like you're really digging the boom boom shrimp or you're really digging the bourbon shrimp skewers. And then
The boom boom shrimp, eh?
like,
That's probably what
wink.
she's getting later.
Hey, not if the dinner goes wrong.
I was gonna say not if that goes bad, but wow, Dave, it wasn't me that got the
It was
phone
my
call.
work phone. No, it was spam. And it's after hours and it needs to be off. This is bullshit. See, I don't even know how to turn my fucking work. How often I use it.
Better guy than me. That's all.
No,
How,
moving
how,
on.
how,
Don't care.
how funny would have been if that was an iPhone?
No, we have a choice. And it's a
I get it.
Samsung. It's an S22, and I don't even like Samsungs either. And they're like too like over the top with bullshit. But
I
mean,
think my next one will be a Pixel. I like
yeah, I like them. Whatever.
My next one will be a Pixel.
Yeah.
Get you the job.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, normally I'll try to do that to kind of get the conversations going because like there's times where you can tell like where a guy is completely over his head on his first date there, and it's just like
Yeah.
I feel bad, so I'm like, oh hey, and she'll be like, oh I don't know, and she'll be like, how'd you know? And I'll just kind of look at the guy and kind of like, think he knew. He just didn't want to, and just throwing a line just to get the guy back on his feet. But because
Damn Dash, you just got the guy hooked.
And that's how I get returning customers. Yeah,
you are the Cupid then, because I mean you can't get anybody yourself because you're just a cute little naked baby, so you're not allowed to, do that thing. But you can certainly get the others. Yeah.
I mean, I was going to go more along the lines of self-centered asshole, but that works too. But
no, you're the Cupid. You're the Cupid of life. I found my Cupid.
He's generous and kind.
Generous and kind.
There you go. What's that? Just start flashing your restaurant up on display right now.
Come here for your first date travels.
That will hook you up.
Yeah, but there is something that we wanted to kind of react to. There is, do's and don'ts of Valentine's Day. So let's go briefly over some of the do's. Do not over prepare. Keep it simple. Even though you're probably seeing this after Valentine's Day, but whatever.
Yeah.
But I think all three of us can agree and say it's keeping it simple, keep it casual, and don't buy flowers. Anything but flowers.
Hey, if it's a woman that needs gifts to impress,
dump her instantly.
Yeah.
Gone.
The sex probably isn't that great anyways. Like those ones don't put the effort in.
Usually, yeah.
If having something nice to eat accomplishes a nice evening, that's all you need, man.
You just don't get them gassy.
You're supposed to have the oysters, aren't you?
Oysters? No, I have no.
Yeah, they're aphrodisiacs.
No, just give them pineapples.
Well, then there's going to be 3 in the bed.
Fair enough. Oh yeah. Man. Okay, but one of the don'ts is make sure that you actually, don't get your car repossessed when you're going out with somebody. We found this by Rap Street Juice. Absolutely hysterical. Cheeks were being clapped while the car was getting repoed, and it has to be the funniest thing, and we're reacting to it with you guys because why not? I don't know why. I just love watching repo videos. It's hilarious. But I think he's getting to it here.
Oh, so this guy's just like rolling, getting like.
Yeah, he's just going for it. He doesn't care. In context, they're actually doing it in the backseat of the car.
That's amazing. This guy does a lot of these in a day, I imagine, the way he just swings into this thing.
Plenty. Bro's still pulling his drawers up.
Come on, man, like for real, like no. Hey, let me get my shoe.
Oh my god, that's a shitty day.
That is hilarious. I'm sorry.
All right. No, my comment number 1: don't clap cheeks at the on the backseat of the car or the car whatsoever when you're in a parking lot or whatever.
What are you supposed to do? They couldn't afford the actual car note, so how are they going to afford a hotel room?
Number 2: can people just repo cars like that?
It's America, man. They
do
whatever the fuck they want.
For fuck's sake, like
they can't. The only thing
you don't pay your bills.
Hey, there's actual registered companies that work with the government. Like you can't repo a car before it's not.
Listen, Europe actually cares about their people. In America, man, just go fuck yourself. If they want your shit, you don't pay your bills, they're fucking taking your stuff. You're fucked.
Yeah, the repossession thing here in the US, like the only spot, generally, again, I'm not a lawyer here, so I think they can't pull it out of your driveway. That is the only thing they can't do because your driveway is private property. But if they're repossessing a vehicle, they can do it on any public road, parking lots, anything like that. Where
I think that even depends on the state.
I think it depends on the state, but for the most part, like if you're in a parking parking lot, they do it. And also, most of these cars that have, like, again, car notes from banks and whatnot have trackers in it, so, like, the bank will give it to the repo company so they know where you are at all times. So, like, there's, like, actual repo guys that stalk your shit out to get your car. Like, they wait for you to move your car in a legal spot for them to repo it, and then when you're not paying attention, you get that.
How it is here, they like if you have actual debt or whatever with the bank or other companies you are yeah, that you are, man, my English is killing me again. Yeah, but if you still have money open or money that somebody demands of you, they can't just repo the car. They put those man, what are they called? Where they block the tires so you can't just drive the car
The
away. They
claws,
put
Boots.
the boots,
No,
yeah.
boots. Yeah, boots.
yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah, those. They put those onto the car because it's in possession of the bank effectively at that point until you come to a conclusion or whatever. But they can't just take your car away from.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
in this case, it's like, okay, it's gone past to the point of no return, and also, like, the bank wants that car so they can sell it to another goober
yeah,
so they can get more money. That's why they're like, "F
yeah.
it, we'll repo it. We don't give a shit. We'll repo it and then just send it somewhere else."
Yeah. Thankfully, we have laws against that
You
stuff.
you need to go to America and just
No,
watch. Just like go to a
I
Walmart parking lot and just watch.
I will go maybe, yeah, sometime to the US, but
It's worth it.
honestly, I can't imagine living there.
No, I'm not saying live
That's
there. It's just
dude,
like,
it's just it sounds like a fantasy world out there, man.
Oh, yeah.
well, exactly. I mean, they got all kinds of fantasy. They got, I mean, anywhere from Disney World to, I mean, any large city like Atlanta or New York. Just the memes, just everything that every shitty movie is modeled after. You can get that, but like every make believe fantasy bullshit, you can get that too. Like nothing's real in America. You can just like live your fantasy. The food's
make-
not real. The people aren't real. The politics aren't real. I don't know. It's just like virtual reality, but for real. America's great. Everyone needs to go.
Crazy.
And the food's real cheap. Real cheap. Go to Publix.
Go to Publix.
Hey, they know that.
Yeah, Publix subs. Oh man, Jeff got me onto them.
Good old footlong.
I can't wait. Like an actual foot long, not like Subway's 8 inches. Like fucking 12 goddamn inches, 30 centimeters, a goddamn foot. Let's go.
Gosh,
By the way,
our
our subways still have like the actual 30 centimeter sandwiches because of course it's Germany, so everything has to be normed. So all the breads are literally 30 centimeters long.
think
They take a caliper to it and measure each one because it's fucking Germany.
No,
and then
not
you have to
everything,
pay 30 euros for a goddamn sandwich because it's made to the
No.
fucking thousandth of an inch.
30? Oh, because every single one would be measured exclusively. Yeah. No, but
because of the tariffs.
Subway ain't that expensive here, thankfully. And the sandwiches are still decent.
The Subway here is like ridiculous, where it's just like $13 a sub, 12 to 13 bucks, and then like the good ones are like they'll run you up to like 18 to 20.
There's so many sub shops there.
It would be here 12 to 13, but the full menu, like with the drink, with the cookie.
Like I hate to be this guy, but like the best sub shop is you go to some Middle Eastern sub joint, by far the best.
Yeah,
Middle
shawarma?
Easterns. No, not even shawarmas, but like Iraqi subs, the Chaldean spots, like they make really good subs.
Yeah. Honestly, a dream of mine is to open a sandwich shop once, and sometime in the future, man.
German Dave, master of the footlong.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
my business partner at the restaurant opened up a gyro spot, and dude,
Ooh.
they just
Yeah.
make cevapi and gyros, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Mediterranean.
And then nice Italian sandwiches and stuff like that. Like of course a menu with multiple options, but Man, the Italian stuff is always the best on sandwiches.
Yeah,
Damn
because
it,
like
I'm getting hungry.
Salami,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mozzarella, the multiple cheeses, dude, everything is
Hey,
great
because
because Italian
because
cuisine.
because Subway and Jimmy John's to me are just kind of like blah. It's like
Oh,
nothing
no.
really crazy at all. Yeah, it's
None of that. None of that. Even
absolute waste of money.
no, like it's Publix or bust.
Bust on them Publix. But yeah, I love how we started with Valentine's Day and ended up with footlongs. Just unfortunately, nobody's getting the footlong.
Neither is Drake, but because apparently they do not come that size at that age.
Allegedly.
Oh yeah.
All right, Super Bowl.
Hey, you
German
know they
Dave.
love to sue. Dash, but why? Honestly, why don't you take it away from the perspective of somebody that was not too involved in the Super Bowl? I guess you're one of the ones that wanted the Chiefs to get trounced, and they thankfully did.
Are you
But
talking about me or
all
Dash?
but both of you guys,
'Cause I
because
guess
you said
both, really.
you were on Philly side for that one.
I was
No,
Team
but
Philly, yeah.
you guys take it away first, man.
That was a curb stomp. Like honestly, it was a curb stomp. Like I think the Chiefs came in pretentious about it, like, oh, we're this and we're that, and they came in with entitlement issues and good on Philly for humbling them, essentially. Like, did I expect it to be that big of a trouncing? I'm just waiting for Chief fans to make like some kind of stupid excuses, but like I don't know, at the end of the day, where I'm just kind of like
He didn't care in the first place. It's not the Lions. They disappointed him, and he's just being big Cody face.
Honestly, the two best teams, if fully fit, are Philly and the Lions, in my opinion. If the Lions get their defensive players fit again, I think the Philly and the Lions are the best teams. They're on talent better than the Chiefs.
I mean,
They're
with that
on talent
argument,
better.
if Juve got Bremer back, then it would be the best team in Serie A.
No,
so.
Bullshit.
yeah, I know, but now you have an actual off season where you can get players fit. So that's why I'm saying that.
I'm gonna
No,
say
but
this.
yeah,
It wouldn't surprise me if the NFL does Lions Eagles opening night for the NFL season
yeah, can be.
because
Yeah.
they're on the schedule to play each other because they're both division winners.
Yep.
So like it would not surprise me if like that would be as close to a game of watching both teams fully fit that you will see it, and I don't think the
Exactly.
NFL would turn that down. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, it is going to be Philly versus Lions unless they have to do it where it's AFC versus NFC, but I doubt it. Because I don't see anyone on Philly's schedule as a primetime matchup besides the Lions. Either they do that primetime first game of the season, or they do that at the end. But I would be shocked if they don't take advantage of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I am always scared because of that mofo Patrick Mahomes. But this season his stats weren't good. Like he wasn't a Pro Bowler. They scraped through games, and everybody was praising how they won all their one score games, and also being that is also a problem having only one score games, right? Because you always have to play them until the end. You always have to give it like full attention to until the end of the game.
Also, like
And
another team that we talk about.
yeah. Hey, already
Fair enough.
got that done. Yeah. No, but and that sucks energy out of you, right? Like if you have to compete every single game until the last drive just to win it, and the Chiefs did that all season. And I guess it was just Patrick Mahomes and teams being scared of him and seeing him behind center every single game with the ball in his hands with 2 minutes to go. And I get they just somehow scraped through the season with that illusion. And thankfully, like we killed that illusion. Like we absolutely like went in there, not scared at all. Like the team wasn't, I was, but honestly, from the first drive on, they completely destroyed them. After the first drive, I was a bit scared because we were when did we go 3 and out, or did we get one first down at least? But
I
they
think
stopped us.
yeah.
They stopped us pretty quickly, and that's why I said, "Oh fuck, we should have scored on that one." And
Then you
was
guys
it
got a
the
pick
first?
six right after. Yeah, you guys got the pick
Yeah,
six
and
right after.
that was the first drive, right? That
Second,
where he threw the. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
second. Because you
yeah.
guys got 3, they drove, and then they punted, and then you
Oh,
took it,
yep.
and then
You
you
were
You're right.
drunk, man. You can't remember anything.
I was gonna say he doesn't remember shit. I was
Yeah,
not even paying
yeah.
attention. It was
No,
half.
I don't remember the
He was.
specific.
I told you he was plastered. We don't know
drives.
where he was.
Dude,
He texted me at 3 in the morning.
I,
Dash, I love you.
dude, I was absolutely shocked, and I would have done different things as well. No,
He would have flown 8 hours to give me back shots. That's what he said.
no, but yeah, and then it just happened, man. Didn't even loop them up, bent them forwards, clap those cheeks.
They got essentially intercepted by Mustard. I mean Dijon.
Yeah. No, but what are your opinions on the performance of Mahomes? Because yes, we sacked him 6 times, but I
Is that
think
his fault
like
or his defense's fault?
no, it's both because he kept the ball too long for a lot of them. He kept the ball. He wasn't going outside. He wasn't going out of the pocket. Like he was staying there. He didn't try any of his runs that he converts into first down. Sometimes he just stayed in the pocket, and sometimes, yeah, just got hit.
I think Philly's D line did a really good job of keeping him in the pocket, and they
Yeah,
weren't blitzing. They were just rushing 4, and they were just giving that O line so much issues. And then it's again, if you have less than 3 seconds to throw, your route can't fully develop, and that's the
yeah,
other thing you have to take into account too. And Philly's secondary was playing pretty decent. I mean, outside of garbage time,
yeah.
but like Philly's secondary was pretty solid.
In
So
garbage time, garbage time, we yeah, we let it be anyways. Like they didn't
Yeah.
defend properly. We got the subs on. Like game was over. Like when
yeah,
it was
they dropped a 40.
34.
Yeah, they dropped a
Yeah,
40 piece on them.
yeah. No, honestly, um, yeah. At halftime, I was all right. This thing I think can be considered done. It was 17-0, right? At halftime, something like that.
No, I thought it was just 24.
Oh, it was 24 already. Yeah, that's where I was okay. Now I'm good with it. As long as it was only a 2-score lead, I was, a
And
bit,
how many beers were you
maybe.
out at that point?
I can't even remember. Honestly, I can't
So
even
he wasn't
remember.
keeping score at all.
And it wasn't only beer. If it had been beer, no problem whatsoever. Yeah.
So I
And yeah,
actually enjoyed I enjoyed it being like a neutral, kind of new-ish to the sport. I mean, I'm not really
yeah.
new. I've just actually tried a little bit, I suppose.
You know, the thing that irritates me about the Super Bowl is all of the like footy fans that come out and say, "Well, actually, the World Cup is the most televised." It's like, dude, come on, man. Who cares? Move on.
Did
Nobody
you
gives a
see?
shit.
Yeah.
Do you see Infantino was there?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so was
Yeah.
Infantino
Yeah.
was there. Well, yeah, because he's got a vested interest because he's trying to milk the United States off a fuck ton of money for that World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, get ready for FIFA price gouging, hotel gouging.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like NFL. I would like to learn your ways. Teach us how
Yeah,
to
pretty
fuck
much.
people
You
over.
know, the average seat price was like $7,000, even
Oh,
in the
boy.
nosebleeds.
Yeah.
So like literally, and that's where I kind of hate the Super Bowl to an retrospect, is because like the people that are there aren't really fans.
No.
No,
It's just the rich
they're not.
influencers.
Yeah.
Like it's just a conglomerate of Instagram, TikTok, OnlyFans. I don't even think YouTubers and other stuff that are all in that arena. And then like, your old money rich folk.
Yeah.
Like it's like honestly, it's like going to watch the Grammys. So it's just like I don't understand, like, for example, and that's where I'm kind of getting irritated with the World Cup, because it's going to be at that point where ticket prices are going to be that fucking outrageous, where it's going to be something like that where it's just like an elitist thing at this
The
point.
problem is the FIFA has turned the money from summer because streaming will be for free, supposedly. DAZN will be streaming the Club World Cup in Germany, and they are doing it for free. Now, I don't know if you still have to subscribe to DAZN
No, I think they'll
or
probably be doing it through
or
the FIFA
register
Plus
yourself,
website. It'll probably be through
but
FIFA's website.
here it will be broadcast at DAZN for free. At least that's what they're saying. So you have to earn that money from somewhere, and most likely it will be sponsorships.
Mhm.
It will be TV money, but I don't know how much TV money the FIFA will earn with the streams being for free. And yeah, ticket sales and
You know what
merch and
that
stuff
means
like that.
though, and it is advertising, but if the stream is for free, you know it's going to be riddled with advertising. The one
Oh
thing
yeah.
that I
Yeah,
do
absolutely.
like, and I know this isn't even true everywhere where you watch it, but footy doesn't have any commercials.
Yep.
That is the one thing that I absolutely detest about North American sports. Like I can barely watch hockey anymore. It's annoying because there's so many stoppages. Yes, it's high pace, but
Yep.
there's a lot of quick stoppages. But they can use any one of those quick stoppages and be like 2-minute commercial.
30-second
Well,
commercial here by Hungry Howie's.
that's what they do in the NBA, the NFL, like every single
The
timeout,
same.
like
Yeah.
the 2-minute warning and every single
It's infuriating.
scoring review and stuff
It's
like that.
goddamn
It's
yeah.
it's always commercials, yeah.
And if that is what the World Cup is gonna be, I don't know if I'm I don't know if I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
So, like my niece was watching YouTube today, and I hadn't got her on my family plan for the premium, and she like after a couple commercials, I was like, "You're on the fucking plan right now. Fucking accept it. I can't deal with it. Like
Yeah.
it's just so shit." And yeah, I know
Yeah.
that's like first world problems or whatever. Who I can afford to pay for premium.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with those cocksucking advertisers, even though it's paying some of my bills here.
Yeah. I think it becomes a problem when you're used to it. I'm used to YouTube Premium as well, and it's also for like a plan for the whole family. We are, I don't know how many people do you have in it? 5
You can have
or
6.
something? Oh, 6. 6 it
I
is.
think it's 6. Maybe it's 5. Yeah, something like that.
And all of us have YouTube Premium. And my brother is he is the one that has the
The family
subscription for it.
manager.
Yeah.
Call it.
And it just ran out like about a month ago. I don't know if he had to extend it or whatever, or whether because he changed his bank account, maybe stuff like that. And he and we had 2 days where we didn't have YouTube Premium, and everybody was, "Oh my god, I can't handle this. No, I'm not watching YouTube for the next days." And then he just he resubscribed, and then everything was fine again. I think it's something like if you're used to it, then it really, yeah, it's infuriating. All that.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that if that's the case.
Yeah, me neither.
No, but I've in Germany we have laws that during regulations, not laws, that during sporting events you can have only that much advertisements. For example, if you are a streaming dienst and you are streaming, like F1 for us doesn't have commercials. They are doing that pre-race and post-race, but during the race is completely commercial free. But that's why they do, for example, during free practice commercials. Sky that is. Sorry,
Not if you get F1 TV. No commercials at all.
we don't have F1 TV here.
Well, fuck you guys then.
Sky has the I would love to get F1 TV, and
That's so
the
good.
problem the problem is I tried so many times with the VPN to register
No,
back to F1
VPNs
TV,
don't work. VPNs
but
are shit.
they don't work. It's geo-blocked, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but they're doing commercials during free practice in between the qualifying sessions and pre and post race. But football here, like we don't have commercials. Maybe sometimes in halftime, but never like during the game, thankfully.
Speaking of F1, next Tuesday, speaking of like corporate over the top bullshit,
Yeah.
the
Lewis
F-170. No, not even that. So instead of doing separate car livery reveals, like big car reveals each time, or each team would kind of pick a date sometime in February and say, hey, here's our car.
Yep.
Because it's the 75th anniversary. They're going to London to the O2 Arena, and they're all going to release them all at once. This big F1 spectacle. And that's happening on Tuesday. So,
Does Ferrari have a car?
what do you mean, do they have a car?
Well, what do you? Well,
They got the two greatest drivers on the grid with quite possibly the fastest. The Ferrari. I'm excited for Ferrari this year. Not even.
I am as well.
It could be
I'm
video.
I'm on board. I'm on board, man.
I'm just not excited about this Tuesday. I'm gonna watch it to see what it's all about, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it's just like
I
they're
always
still.
watch the livery and car reveals because I'm excited about it technologically, and I like the cars looking good. You know, the problem is that you will get a base car that has nothing to do with a car that will actually go on track.
Yeah, it's all fake. This whole thing is fake because
Yeah.
like the next day Ferrari's gonna do their own separate reveal, and each team
Yeah.
is gonna do their own separate reveal anyway. Like what we're gonna see on Tuesday is just, I don't know, make believe.
For example, today McLaren showed footage of the supposed new car in a camo livery. I think Williams is doing a presentation of some sort, even before the event, which I don't understand for what the event is then for. If teams can do it before the event, I believe Ferrari was a day after the event. I don't know, man. It's so confusing.
Yeah, it's fucked. So after I just praised F1 TV and how great it is, then
But I'm still excited for F1 season, man. I'm glad
it's coming up. Yeah, we're only a few weeks away now. So.
Yeah, almost there.
And that's great. NFL's over. Hopefully this tracks are over, and then we can go on to something more intelligible like the F1 25 season.
Right now, NFL is done with right now. Now it's slowly starting. I'm starting to go into F1 season mode again, watching all that content, car presentations, technical analysis, and all that stuff because I'm an absolute nerd in that area. And yeah, a couple. Like, when do the NBA playoffs start? May? That's where I start
Nobody
watching
cares. Why are we
watching
talking
I was
about
gonna say
NBA?
that's
No,
when anybody watches the NBA.
no, playoff basketball. I watch that. Regular season, the regular season is
better.
fucked, but in the playoffs, it's actually becoming a bit more physical. So that's where it's most interesting. So yeah, F1 and NBA season slowly.
Just another European falling into the NBA trap. You'll get bored of it.
I think he's already been there.
No, look. I'm always watching basketball, but how I did it for the past couple of years, before when I was a bit younger and didn't have as much responsibility, I was staying up for games even in the regular season. But I completely I stopped watching the regular season because it doesn't make any sense, man. Like I'm watching the content analysis podcast and everything about the NBA, but I'm not watching it actively during the regular season. But when the playoff starts, that's where it's the most fun. I'm still doing that, but no regular
Because
season.
it's honestly because like a 7 seed isn't really a 7 seed.
Yeah.
Like the seeding means jack shit. Like for example, you could be an 8 seed and win the whole damn thing because you were like your starters were just like, fuck it, I'm playing every 1 out of 3 games or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, why would I care about, for example, the Philadelphia 76ers where Embiid isn't playing back-to-backs, so he's basically playing only. Number one, he's injured all the time, but even if he had been fit, he would play what is it, 40 something
something
games?
Yeah.
Did you just pick the
Why would
76ers because you're an Eagles fan?
No, I don't care about the 76ers.
Okay, I was just wondering. Like,
He's
okay,
a
so it's your
he's a Lakers fan.
it's not like I have allegiances to. No, I don't have a team like in the NBA. I don't know. I never developed any love for a team. No, but it's not like I have actual allegiances to the city of Philadelphia. It's only
Well, I was wondering.
yeah.
You're still wearing their sweater.
Yeah, but it's the Eagles, not the 76ers. So.
What got you to the Eagles? Because I don't think I've ever asked you that.
Michael
Michael Vick.
No. I'm not that. No, I wasn't even watching football at that time. No, it was the 2016 Super Bowl where they made it, where Carson Wentz led them to
Oh,
the
no, that's
playoffs
18,
and
18,
18,
2018.
sorry, 18. Well, I don't know why I confused the numbers. Yes, and I don't know. That's where I started watching football properly because it was the Seahawks and when was the Seahawks and Broncos Super Bowl? That was
2014.
that was my first proper season, and I was just watching here and there. And the Eagles versus Patriots Super Bowl was the first one, the first like full season I watched with full
Yeah.
attention. And ironically, it started with me liking Carson Wentz because at that time he was a great thrower of the football, not a lot of interceptions, and he was in the MVP convo at that season. And that's just how it developed, man. I like the color green, and I like the team. And already at that time they were one of the more physical teams, great O line, great D line, and yeah, I like the physical teams honestly, and that's how it started out for me.
You like ginger quarterbacks. Interesting.
So basically, he chose a team like a woman and went by the color.
Well, not even that, but like it's interesting because like the Eagles weren't really good until that Super Bowl season happened.
No, I know.
So it's like leading up that season, they just kind of ended up popping off really, really well. Like it's when
Yep.
Doug Peterson just took over Andy Reid, I think, around that
Yep.
time.
And then how it was like 100% manifested was then the wasn't when did Wentz again get injured? I forgot that. I think the whole playoff run was under Nick Foles, right? Or did
Yeah, the
Wentz
whole
get
playoff
injured?
run was on Big Dick Nick.
Yeah, and big dick Nick, and that's where I 100% like where the whole underdog story where Jason Kelsey after the Super Bowl put put on the dog mask and stuff like that. That's why yeah, where I started loving that culture. And dude, Jason Kelsey, what a dude, man! Like if you become a football fan or start to watch it, that's one of the guys that he is authentic. He feels authentic. Hard-nosed guy, blue collar.
Well, that's what got me kind of paying attention to Eagles this year was that initial like
Yep.
first game where he was wearing the tracksuit and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I just found something on Reddit scrolling that kind of connects all the pieces together. Connects the F1 world, connects the NFL world. It connects the Drake and Mar world. Lewis Hamilton's Instagram.
Oh,
Serena
I know.
Williams.
I know he posted that.
I didn't know this one, but
No,
here
but
it is.
it doesn't have anything to do with Kendrick or Drake, and like specifically he and Serena are I don't know if friends
Well,
is
no,
correct,
no.
but they support
Hamilton's
each other.
got that New Zealand that blonde chick back as physiotherapist. She's back.
Yeah, that means he's winning again.
Yeah. What's her name? She's kind of
Angela
cute.
Collett.
Yes. Of course
She's his physiotherapist.
Yeah. The one that rubs him down in between laps.
But still though, with a game like there's some really cool storylines, right? Like I don't know, obviously I don't know if it's true or if it's manufactured by the broadcast company, but like Jalen Hurts had like his screensaver of the confetti that when the Chiefs beat him 2 years ago, like that was his screensaver.
What he is saying about the story is that he didn't even know that it got to the media because he had that on just to remind him of that of them losing it and to keep working hard on it. So he has that to remember him and pushing him forward. And it was an offensive coordinator meeting where I forgot who the player was, took a picture of him where he had his phone like he didn't even hold yeah, and it just got leaked because of the photo of the guy that took a photo from Jalen holding his phone where he had that screensaver. Yeah.
So, what's
No,
on
but
your screensaver?
it's just white marble.
Yeah.
Boring.
But yeah, I mean, still though, because like for example, being a washed up athlete myself, I can relate to stuff like that. Just
Washed up. I thought
Yep.
you just like won a championship and some award and whatnot.
I did. Because it was interesting because like I'll cover mine too, but I just want to give those other guys their shine. Because like for example with AJ Brown too, because in like 2020 he wrote about
Yep.
unaliving himself, wanting to essentially take his own thing. I'm just trying to keep it YouTube friendly because they
Yep.
actually look for certain words like that. But it's one of those things where like a lot of people don't understand the human aspect to sports, right? Where it's just like so many things can go around and things can go awry, and then like for example, it's a totally different battle, and it's just
Yep.
like it's cool. Like moments like this are cool because like for example, you see it's just like, oh, Travis Kelsey's dating Taylor Swift and he's got this and that, F that guy, yada yada yada. And it's like I don't think that's like a fair way to do it, right? Like I mean, everyone's got their own battles and their own struggles, but
Yep.
it's good to see it. Like for example, Jalen Hurts essentially climbing his way back, and then like for example, same thing with AJ Brown because like AJ Brown was on the Titans and then got traded to Philly, and then
Saquon
like
Barkley.
yeah, Saquon Barkley too was
Rejected by the Giants for Daniel Jones.
yeah. And then it's just like for them to kind of just come together and like even AJ Brown had like issues with Jalen Hurts allegedly, right? And the fact
Yep.
that
Look,
they won it.
I think all the look the Eagles had plenty of stuff this season. Like there were leaks about Sirianni and Hurts like just working together, but not having an actual relationship, and they don't like each other. Then all the AJ Brown stuff that he is criticizing the offense and all of those stories, and all of that culminating in the Super Bowl, where every single where every single like offensive position is working well together. The receiving core worked really good. Jalen Hurts was throwing it, in my opinion, masterfully, except of that one deception. But yeah, he had the defender was already in his face basically, and the running game was still effective enough and took time off the clock.
Yeah.
So everything like worked perfectly in that game, and that showed that how much like teams have teams are always overcoming stuff, right? You're never having a smooth sailing season like for the whole duration of a 17 game regular season. Like there are always problems there. Those are humans as well. Like one has a bad day, maybe in the next week the other one has a bad day, and you have to overcome that stuff as a team, and I think they did that. And look, it culminated in a Super Bowl, and everybody was praising each other. Like AJ Brown was praising Jalen Hurts, and vice versa. Sirianni was praising everybody, and you have to overcome stuff, and that's what they
Oh,
did.
yeah, and tying it to Valentine's Day, right? Not every no relationship is smooth sailing. I don't think there's not, whether
Oh,
it's like,
yep,
again,
yep,
emotional relationships, playing relationships, working relationships. There's always going to be bumps and divots and stuff like that. It's more so how you're able to communicate and overcome it to get
yep.
to where you need to go
Or
essentially. And
sometimes it's the makeup sex. Sometimes you can't work it out, talk it out. You just
clap it
couple, you
out.
don't.
We're trying
Yes,
to be
there's
serious for a second.
different ways of doing this. You
No,
don't
look,
have to
but
like.
no, but to tell me if you agree with this. In a realistic relationship, you never have everything smooth sailing, because if you do, it's a relationship where both parties say yes to everything and they never actually debate stuff and constructively work with each other.
That's honestly
Because
the hardest part is getting her to say yes to it.
you see. Yeah. No, and if the like disagreements are normal, and if you talk about the disagreements and have discussions and stuff like that, that is part of the relationship. Like it's normal to have hard times. In my opinion, it's not normal if you don't have any hard times.
It is because, like, for example, there's two polar ways that it goes about it, right? Where it's either everything is way too smooth and it means that both people aren't communicating and it's just like again
Yeah.
tedious, or you don't communicate and someone just one of the two just walks away and leaves.
Yeah.
And that's where it's kind of interesting because like we could go into like relationship attachment styles, but we're already past that point at this point. We could probably talk about it in a different podcast, but yeah, it's interesting looking at dynamics because like I hate boxing things into three things now, different styles or the way that people go about it. But I don't know, it's interesting because you look at it just it's a weird culture shift where I think people are putting themselves into boxes instead of just being people.
Being themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's just like, oh, I'm this type of person, so by therefore, I need 1, 2, 3, 4.
We've
Or
created so many labels though these days.
we
Everyone's
have,
a something.
we have, and it's honestly, and the problem is, and this is where I'm gonna tie it into me in a little bit, but you put that label or that label gets placed on you, and then you kind of mold yourself into that label instead of molding yourself into who you are, and kind of tying that. So let's go story time for me. So we'll do a quick little oops, hit the wrong button here. But story time. Uh so roughly about 2.5 years ago, I was playing and I was going in to receive a ball and I took a nasty tackle to the outside of my knee and my knee went inward. And I messed up my meniscus pretty bad. And I was on the shelf for about pretty much the same, about a year roughly. So immediately I started rehab. My ACL was intact, so that was fine. It was just my meniscus, and I didn't want. At the time, I elected not to do the surgery. I didn't want to do the surgery because I didn't want to take because it would just be removing my meniscus at that point, and it's torn. I'd rather have something there better than nothing, even if there are some points where I'll feel the pain. So I kept it there, and I just said, okay, let me focus on strengthening my hamstring and my quad around my knee, and that would be probably the best choice for me to go. But um, going through it, right? So I was going through it. I was still watching footage of the game, but again, mentally that kind of took a toll on me because I wasn't playing. And normally I was a person that played 4 to 5 times a week. And then when I did come back and play, kind of like, I don't want to say kind of like Chiesa, but I had that fear factor in my head. So then I just wasn't as nimble or as quick because normally my normal position I would play is the 10 or the 8 essentially. So I'd be more of a hybrid 10, sometimes false 9, but I loved playing behind the striker. I loved being the offensive playmaker. But again, because I was blindsided from behind, I had this subconscious fear of playing with my back to goal. So I couldn't do it. Like I struggled to do it. I had to always be in space with my eyes in front of me to avoid getting hit. So then I was relegated into playing fullback or keeper. Just because again, I'm videos doesn't show it, but I'm pretty tall, 6 feet tall, and then again, nimble, good reflexes and stuff like that. So when I was
And it's
rehabbing,
Valentine's if you're looking for a 6-foot nimble
I
gentleman.
gotcha. But I was playing keeper during my rehab, so I could still get a feel for the game. And I started picking up things from playing goalie, like quick reaction times, ability to see the whole field, and things like that. And for me, when I do something, I've always wanted to do something to the best of my ability. But I picked up playing goalkeeper, like playing pretty decent. The problem is when you play decent keeper, that position is a dime a dozen to fill. So they always want you to play keeper.
You stay a keeper. Yeah.
You stay at keeper. So, for the last before I kind of like decided to say F it, but I was playing goalkeeper pretty much most of the time. And because I was playing keeper, my on the field ability is just gone, right? Like I was still like a ball playing keeper because I still had that, but dribbling into pressure and stuff like that it just wasn't there. Like I could hit a perfectly long ping pass and whatnot. But it got to the point where I just like it was hitting me over these past couple of months where I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing, man? Like, because like when I would play keeper, like I would see the offensive runs and I would try to move and try to go for the ball and try to make something happen. But it's just like, wait, I have to hold the line. I have to play back. And it felt like I had this huge boulder on my back when I was playing. And even when I was playing fullback, because what would happen is if we had a keeper and they would let me play the field, they would keep me as a center back or a fullback because again, you've played keeper, good reactions, can read offensive players, you can stop them and start a counterattack. And again, it was just one of those things where it felt like I wasn't playing how I wanted to play, and it was irritating the living shit out of me. And I wasn't like I was being consistent, but I wasn't being great. Like I was stuck in that he's okay, but not, taking it to the next level. And it kind of got to the point where I just got fed up and I just kind of like, and someone told me, and it was interesting, where I was like sitting here, I'm like, why the hell do I always have to sacrifice myself to cover the team? Like, let me play my game. It felt like I was being hindered from playing my game. And the season starts up, and I don't go to the team that I normally play with. I decide to go to a different team of people that I know. And I asked him, I said, I will play on your guys' team only if you let me play the 10. That's it. And they're like, yeah, sure, absolutely, no problem. So then, it was rough the first couple of go arounds because again, I just haven't played the position, but like it kind of clicked.
block. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the mental block. And it kind of clicked in my head because someone was like, Dash, you need to be who you want to be and stop being what you were labeled to be. Because when I was a goalkeeper, we've won leagues, we've won tournaments as me playing keep, but like I never kept the medals. I threw them out. Like I just didn't accept it because it pissed me off because it didn't feel like it was something that I got doing what I wanted to do. So
You got all pouty face again.
I did.
Essentially, he's like, fuck this shit.
Like it was like
No,
it was like
but
fuck.
if you strive for more, that's an absolute normal reaction. You're not satisfied with like you did the job, you won something, but you're not satisfied with that being your ceiling. You wanted to reach higher heights.
Yeah, and it was interesting because I was like, dude, this guy won, and he's like, he doesn't want it. He's like, are you serious? And like,
it looks bad to others.
It does, but like, my dad kind of looks at me kind of funny about it, and I just was like, I can't. This isn't how I wanted to win. Like, it's not my kind of win here. But we go back to where I joined this group, and I was playing the 10, the mental block. But like once it kind of hit me there, and then it was just kind of like, what the hell, man? Why am I holding myself back? And I kind of dove into it more, and then, I started connecting plays. I started essentially rewiring my brain to play like how I used to. And then, I go off on a tear, no pun intended, but we go off on a tear. I start scoring, assisting, supplementing things. And then, we end up to where we are last Friday. Bam. Won the whole thing. And your buddy was a player of the tournament, essentially.
Yeah.
That one guy kind of looks like Frank.
Who, this guy?
Guy in the orange.
Oh, Frankie?
Holding the sign. Yeah, a little bit. At first, I was like, no, you don't play with Frank.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless Frankie like flies over here, but
no, it's obviously a different guy, but at first, just a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, with this, like, it was just like, and the funny thing about this was like, I was talking to my dad after, and he's just kind of like, ever since you kind of went and did your own thing, he's like, you've almost turned into a different player. And I was kind of like, oh yeah, what do you mean? He's like, you're a lot more confident on the ball. You're like a lot more secure, like the way that you play, the way that you do stuff. He's like, I've watched you play for a very long time, and I've never seen you play like this, because it's just like, before when I was playing up top or when I was playing on the wing, I was rushing to the net. I was rushing to score. I was rushing to make the play happen, where it's like now I'm strategically sitting back. I'm like, okay, so I've got the ball here. I've got someone on my back shoulder. Let me switch it out wide. Let me do this. Where like the way, like I took what I was playing as a goalie and a defender, and I've applied it to how I play as a forward now. And it's almost like I've got this new balanced approach of the way that I go at the game, where that was something I didn't have before. Because so I go back and I play a game with my old team, and instead of playing keep, I played as a regista / as a 10, because it's only 7 players on the field. So like the 10 is kind of like the makeshift regista. And like the way I was facilitating the ball and moving the ball, and I subbed in at halftime. We were down 5. I sub in, I have 3 goals, 3 assists, and we end up winning at the death, where I hit this beautiful shot where I cut in and I just hit top corner, and it was just a beautiful goal for the winner. And it was just, again, like it dawned to me, because I was just like, I never realized how much I sold myself short because I let someone else put another label on me that wasn't true. And it's
Right.
like, go ahead.
Is that kind of like the same labels that you put on Vlahovic, and that's why he keeps on doing what he does?
And sucking?
Yeah, yeah, that's essentially the same thing. Like people keep on giving you that image of what you're supposed to be, and you keep on trying to do that to your detriment, in a sense,
Yeah,
instead of
but
just doing your own thing.
I think, and I think the importance of it is though, and the moral of the story is being able to, okay, that's a perception that I've been given. Why have I been given that perception? And being able to be self-aware to look at it and break it down. I think that's the crucial aspect of it. It's like, okay, why am I being thrown into this group of a defender instead of a forward? Okay, let me figure out. Okay, I'm too slow off the ball. I'm too slow in transition. I don't have full vision. How do I fix that? And I think that's the crucial aspect where you can take it outside of the sports world, and I highly implore people, like, to do it in your actual lives too, or if someone labels you as something, try to figure out the reason behind it, because, yeah, you can go in with that mindset, "I don't give a fuck about what anyone says about me, I'm gonna do me," and yada, 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 but I think a well-balanced or a well-rounded person can take it and just try to look at it. Don't take it as gospel, but look at it because there's always some truth to it. Where there's a fragment that you can sit there and you can say, maybe I am this a little bit, or maybe I am that. How do I improve this, or how do I accept something that I've kept away? Because, like, for example, with me, I've kind of, and this is kind of interesting when we get into the psychology aspect of it, where it's like the inner child is what your creativity is. So I didn't realize how much I blocked my own creativity when I played because I was following, being to the T of details instead of being able to individually create plays and do stuff where it's like now I can see that a lot better, where I can create things a lot better because, okay, Dash, you're too monotone or you're too robotic when you do things. I'm like, okay, why am I doing this? Oh, I'm doing this because I'm afraid of my leg, or I'm afraid of injuring my knee. That's why I'm playing this way or I'm doing this way. Okay, great. How do I get away from that? Or how do I at least mitigate it or accept it? Okay, my knee's bad. So what can I do that can still get me to where I need to go while also maximizing my knee? So taking that, and you can apply that to your career, you can apply that to your love life, you can apply it to anywhere else. But I think this the thing is where I want to tell people, and also, like, for example, when you look at like the whole Eagles thing with Jalen Hurts and whatnot, is just because you have a label doesn't mean that that label is going to last on you forever. It's whether or not you want to take the label off and decide your own future and your own destiny. And that's my TED Talk.
Can I ask you a footballing question? Because you played goalkeeper and fullback. Did that run as goalie and fullback help you offensively because you saw the field always from behind? Did that help you develop the vision better?
Yes.
Because when I started as a I started as a fullback, like most of people do, because if you start at football, you haven't developed the proper technique yet to be an offensive player, the ball carrying and how to stop the ball, take it down from crosses and stuff like that. You develop that when you keep playing. So I started off as a fullback and moved forward then right midfielder, right-sided like 8, and then towards right winger. And how it helped me was starting to understand the gaps, all the tactical stuff. Where are players moving? How are we set up? How is the opponent setting up? Who's covering who? Who's man marking who? And all those different tactical things you see in football. Like for me, it helped me immensely starting at the back and moving forward. Like that period where you moved back to goalie help you as well, like in your field vision.
Yeah, so it did. So, like, for example, the fullback did two things for me. One was understanding space and pockets of space and where to fill in and to cover slots. That, and then also connecting with players to move forward, to move the ball forward, being able to triangulate passes. Goalkeeping helped me with vision and understanding the way that attackers have patterns in the way that they can come at you. The other thing, too, is set pieces. playing as a keeper helped my long ball accuracy by far. Just because there's times where I have to put the ball in a tight window, whether it's starting a counterattack or even off a goal kick where I need to get it to my 9. I need to put it somewhere where he can receive it properly so he can turn or play the ball off. So now when I do corners, when I do any kind of set piece, I'm always the first option to take them because I sound cocky when I say this, but I generally hit my target 9 out of 10 times when I'm doing a set piece. Whether or not they finish it is a different thing. But, I was playing Monday and I was able to hit a 45-yard shot top corner in the net because, again, I've just been playing goalkeeper for so damn long. You give me a dead ball and you give me space to hit it, I can put it anywhere at this point. So the big thing was when I made that step to get back out into the position that I normally play was I didn't neglect the lessons I learned from playing back. I took what I got from that and applied it to what I have, and I've become, ironically, right, as a hipster would say, more zen, more whole per se.
So always go to the rear to get a better view.
Yeah.
Because I mean the view is nice from behind.
Except for when your car gets towed, don't be in the backseat there.
Don't be in the backseat when your car gets towed. But I think, again, like, sometimes we don't get to where we want to in the journey, and it's frustrating, and sometimes we have to do a side quest. But at the end of the day, the side quests, if you take the lessons and the morals that you get from the side quests and you apply that to the main story once you get back on your main path, it makes overcoming certain obstacles super, super simpler, super easier. And at the end of the day, your life isn't the culmination of a single choice. Your life is the culmination of all of your choices, your actions, the paths that you've taken. Because, for example, you might be struggling through something now. However, give or take a couple months from now, when you start re-challenging yourself, because I think nature likes to have you re-challenge yourself to a certain lesson to see if you've mastered it. You'll start having all the mini lessons that you've learned throughout your journey come into your head while you're making those decisions and hopefully choosing a different path than what you did that caused you to stumble the first time. But it's, again, that's the beauty of life, guys. And I know we started it with love at the beginning. We're going to end it with some love here, but most important thing is you got to love yourself, guys. Like, at the end of the day, someone slaps a label, you got to love yourself enough to look past it, to get beyond it, to push yourself and to be like Goku and to go beyond and push your limits. But just love yourself, people.
Love yourself and be like Goku. What does he do? How does he love himself?
He eats a shit ton of food.
Oh, is that like
Naruto
anime people eating with chopsticks? Like, is that meme again?
Hey,
Yeah.
all the anime main characters love to eat.
They all do. And they're always
Ruffy
smiling no matter how
Ruffy
bad
loves,
it gets.
Ruffy loves to eat. Naruto loves to eat. Goku loves to eat. Yeah, I think Eren Yeager didn't love to eat, but oh no, he did. As a Titan, he did. He loved to eat.
I love to eat. I gotta eat some chicken. Eat me some chicken and ribs. Chicken and ribs. Leftovers. Having it all. Both meals at once.
And on that note, this after hours show is officially over. We'll catch you guys some point throughout the week. And obviously, like and subscribe. If there's specific topics you want us to cover, hit us up on the Discord and we shall put them on there. But it is late and it is after hours. So we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
To those who are celebrating.
Wrap it before you tap it.